eating is a very important part of cooking. You gotta know what's good to make what's good. Oh shit, quote that! Munchies. Hey guys, my name is Jimmy Oyang. I'm a comedian, actor, and an occasional cook. And today we're gonna make what is called a soy sauce king stir-fry noodle. In Cantonese, it's called siawang chow mein. It's a breakfast dim sum favorite that you eat with your dim sums. The first trick here with the green onions, I'm gonna chop it into kind of big-ish pieces like this, right? And I'll cook it separately. Now you see the white part, the little more thicker part? I'm gonna put that with the onion and stir fry it first. And then the onion, we're just gonna dice it super quick. Well, I guess not dice it. We're just gonna put it in slices. When it comes to stir fry, you want everything to be around the same bite size. We want everything in this noodle shape, right? So when you eat a noodle, you can also use your chopsticks and get a bite of the onions and the green onions and everything. So I really started doing a ton of cooking videos because of the quarantine. I really wanted to make enchiladas. I've never been able to make enchiladas and I always had to go to a restaurant. So since the pandemic, I haven't been able to. And I researched everywhere, recipes, YouTube videos, started experimenting with some of my childhood favorites. This is something I just grew up eating, but I was never able to make. It's such a simple dish, but I always assumed you needed that restaurant quality wok to make. So now I'm very happy that I'm actually able to make it myself, and it couldn't be easier. As you see, we're already done with our prep. So now, we're gonna boil our water here. All right, so we're gonna fire this baby up. You're gonna get it to like medium-high heat. No need to get super high. I never understood how cooking shows doesn't have that vent noise, you know? Because in my house, whenever you turn this vent, it's extremely loud, but cooking shows, it's crisp and pristine with the sound, yet there's no fire alarms ever going off. When I do cooking videos, fire alarms certainly go off all the time. Just squeeze some oil, be liberal with it, and with this squeeze bottle, you can't squeeze too much. Water's boiling, but we gotta time this correctly, okay? Because the water only needs to boil for about 10 seconds with the noodles. We want to saute the veggies first, set that aside. Our oil is getting hot, let's make our little soy sauce mix actually. So we got equal part of the dark soy sauce, Saute, and equal part of the light soy sauce here, Saute. Boom, you got yourself a sauce. Now, you don't have to pour all of this in. You pour it in a little bit at a time to kind of figure out the right consistency, you know, the right color. Pan's getting real hot. We're gonna pour our vegetables in. All right, now it's getting some real action. Since we don't have a wok, this is gonna take just a little longer. Just a wok, boom, you get in, you get that wok, hey, you get that char on the side. This takes a little bit of patience, you know? You don't wanna put everything in at the same time. Put your aromatics in first, and then I'm gonna put in the bean sprouts. Also, I must warn you, bean sprouts, there's so much water content, it's actually kind of dangerous when you put it in with a really hot pan. That might catch your shit on fire. Can I say shit on this? I don't know. You get a nice toss going, check this out. This is my skills that I learned in quarantine. Whoa! Whoa! Yen can cook, baby. Big shout out. Now, so you already see a little bit of char going with that piece of onion. This is a really good sign. Oh, this is nice. All right, this is getting really nice. And then now, let's mix in our sprouts. Bam! You see a nice char here? Getting some nice char going. Now you set that baby aside. Okay. Let me put my noodles in. This is steamed chow mein noodles, okay? Some of it is rare, some of it is steamed. So this is already cooked. But the thing is, this is still very starchy. Now, all it says here is boil for 10 seconds to get the starch out. So I'm gonna do exactly that. So now I'm gonna use maybe half of it, you know? This is just cooking for one, so it's nothing, we don't really have to do all of that. So let that boil for 10, 2, 1. All right, you get all the starch out. I'm gonna strain it out with this beautiful, perfect Chinese wok strainer that I think I inherited from my dad. No, my father's not dead, he's well in the line. I just stole it from his house. All right, you gotta make sure you strain it real good, right? Because the water is kind of gonna mess up the crispiness of the noodle, and also your stove might blow up if you mix too much water and oil. So Now we got the oil. I added a little more oil, as you can see. So we're gonna put the noodles in. Nice. You're gonna stir it out, loosen it up, and you're just gonna kind of let it sit for a sec once you loosen it up, because that's how you get the char on the bottom. So let that cook, let all the steam escape itself, and now don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. I'm just gonna stand here and wait for like a couple minutes. Just don't burn it, but don't touch it. Now let's flip it over, see if we can flip the whole thing over like an omelet. Hey, that's not bad, right? You guys are hiring any kitchens out there, you know? Let me know. You add a little more oil on the rim to make it crispier. Let it soak. Patience, my friends, patience. You know what will actually kind of help give it that color and the char is the soy sauce. So we're just gonna pour a little bit of time. Make sure you get around it. Spread that out. Oh yeah, baby. Soy sauce king, Xiao Wong, baby. This dish is perfect to go down with some dim sum with some siu mai. Oh my god, my fire alarm! I told you guys! Alright, fire alarm's gonna go. It's gonna stop at some point. More importantly, I don't want to burn this. Oh, noodles looking great, okay? This whole thing either gotta be ADR'd or we just gotta live with this. Oh, you know why there's a fire? It's not from this. I left this on. I left the pan on so I didn't know water in there. And you see all the burnt noodles? You know why there's a fire? Because I'm an idiot. Alright guys, crisis averted. You know, I smoked enough weed in college to know what to do when the fire alarm goes off. You just take a t-shirt, helicopter around the fire alarm. You know what we also did back in the day? We put a shower cap on the fire alarm when you're smoking weed. So it won't alert the authorities, you know. Now we're gonna add back our vegetables. And now will be the time to add the tippy tops of the green onions. So now you got two flavor profiles of the onions, right? You got the bottom stock that's stir fried with a little char on it, and the fresh top joints. So now the trick is to mix all the veggies into the noodle. So ideally, when you get a bite of the noodle, you get also a perfect amount of the Hong Kong Trinity here, you know what I mean? All right, cool, boom. That's it, you got your dish. And just to add a little more flavor, sesame oil. You don't need a lot, so this I'm actually gonna use a spoon for, just a little bit. This is gonna just add a nuttiness and flavor to it. You add that at the end. Now let me get a piece here with a little bit of everything. See a little onion, little sprouts, little noodle, little green onion. Fucking delicious. All right, let's not burn my chopsticks. So I'm now plating it. Oh, this plate might be too small now. Let's see. Oh, it's okay. This is a way too big portion for just one person. But you know, in the Chinese restaurants, they always pile it up high. So simple. So good. Amazing. Of course, you guys can check out more of my cooking videos on YouTube at Jimmy's Kitchen. And of course, watch my stand-up special, Good Deal. It's still on Amazon. Thank you for watching. Munchies, the whole fam. Xiao Wong Tell Me, the Soy Sauce King, pan fried noodles. I never do like a 2-camera setup, but sometimes I'll do like, you know, handheld with everything, you don't see my face, but something about, you know, the pressure of doing it for Munchies, man. I'm just a people pleaser, you know?